Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Fontana, California for round number 2 of the ERL Nationwide Sportsman Series. We're out here on the outskirts of the city that never sleeps, Los Angeles, but we're in Fontana. As John Gilbert and the boys come here to the West Coast, John Gilbert claimed his 3rd Mud Summer National last week. But who will come to Fontana and take the fame and the glory near Hollywood? Who is going to be the man today to go to Victory Lane at the 2-mile track that has seen speeds go over 250 miles an hour here for the ERL boys? As you're getting this beautiful drone footage from sunrise this morning over the racetrack. But now we're going to get you back, and we're going to get you to green flag action here from Fontana. Look at that beautiful sunline. Woo! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Auto Club Speedway. On the pole for today's race is Joseph Curtis. Beside Joseph Curtis is Justin Jones, the 2 rookies for JTG Doherty. Then it's John Gilbert, Joey Murphy, DJ Curtis, Luis Hernandez, Will Goss, Alan Matthews, Dylan Schwallenberg, Al Agassi, David Diaz, Eric Rodriguez, Robbie Jackson, Tony Newman, Zachary Fitzwater, Blake Warren. We are green here at Auto Club Speedway. Into turn 1 we go. Justin Jones. The 2 in the front, the 47 and the 37, do have full throttle motorsports support behind them. Justin Jones was a full throttle driver last season in the Under Armour Pro Series. This season moved to drive this 37 for JTG. And when they moved to that 37, it has basically now made JTG into a powerhouse right now. As right now, Joseph Curtis leads here at Auto Club. Joseph Curtis did lead this race in the Under Armour Pro Series last season. But right now, his teammate is in a dogfight, 3 wide. Here comes Alan Matthews running the rim riding line. This may be a shot. Alan Matthews in the number 88 to the lead. We see a little bit back here. Here comes David Diaz, battling with Will Goss. Almost 4 wide. David on the bottom. The 2 JTG cars almost in a sandwich. And we're 4 wide at Auto Club Speedway. And that's going to put Joseph Curtis to the way outside. Here comes Blake Warren in the Dodge. Dodge really didn't have that great of a showing at the Mud Summer Nationals, besides Robbie winning heat number 1. But right now, Blake Warren driving that RJI number 98. They're starting to march his way to the front of the field, and we have a 3-wide battle for the lead. Al Agassi, Joseph Curtis, and Alan Matthews. Door-to-door battle between Alan Matthews and Al Agassi. Oh, Alan had to get out of the throttle. Thing was getting tight, and that's going to let... Alan Matthews is long gone. Back to the race lead. But look who's marching to the front. Blake, but also John Gilbert, winner of the Mud Summer Nationals last season. Go back here. There's Luis Hernandez and a new sponsor. Exalta back on board. Hooters was only on board for the Mud Summer Nationals. Exalta now on board, that number 24. Running a throwback scheme to Jeff Gordon's Baby Ruth days. Then you have 3 Team SB cars. Dylan, DJ, and Eric all right there. And then running 16th is Robbie Jackson. And then RJI Dodge. Look at the battles all around the field. Defending champion Zachary Fitzwater is bobbing and weaving through traffic to try to get to the front of the field. We'll go back and try to find Zach King, struggling right now. 30th. He and Bobby Striggle, Sam Curtis, Ash Curtis. Look at all the Dodges back here. Cynthia Bright. Man, look at Alan Matthews to the lead. Oh, Blake Warren might cut him off. I thought Will was going to make that 4 wide, 3 wide down the back. Chevy, Dodge, Chevy, and Ford battling for the race lead. Blake Warren drove these tracks very well last season in the Under Armour Pro Series. This season, driving that Napa Dodge and Sportsman, man, he's got that thing up on the rails. And I think we're noticing some things. Look at the gaps. Field more separated. Patrick Smith last week almost won the Mud Summer National. The defending champion of the series trying to march his way to the front. Some good cars are outside the top 10, and it happens a lot. Almost like every year, some big change happens, and we've got guys usually up front that's not up front down the line. And right now, Al Legacy is battling hard here with Blake Warren, and Joseph Curtis going to make it 3 wide. Here comes the 98 to the top. Oh, if you're Alan Matthews, you better watch out, because this might be the first lap Dodge leads in the ERL. Coming around. Dodge will lead its first lap since Season 3. Blake Warren to the point. And the number 98 Napa Dodge. Napa jumped on the board the number 98 this season, knowing Blake was the Under Armour Pro Champ, knew what he brought to the table. Now this season, he's right here running P1 at Auto Club. Go a little bit further back, there's Will Goss in the mix. He's probably the best running Team SB Wood Brothers. Machine out of Vermont. This is about right. Looks like it's all about the third car for a certain team. Blake, probably the third car for RJI. Allen, probably the third car for Hernandez. Al Legacy, probably the third car for Ford Performance. Will, probably the third car for Team SB. They're all right there battling. It's about the third car, the car that you don't usually see winning. Like Alan Matthews, you don't really see him win a lot of races. You don't see Al Legacy win a lot of races. Back when Will was at Hendrick, he won a lot of races, but for this being his first season at Team SB, it's a little bit different. And look who's now making a charge. Credit One Bank starting to move to the front. That's David Diaz. Is Blake Warren getting a challenge here from Alan Matthews down the back straightaway? Joey Murphy also starting to march a little bit back towards the front. There's Tony Newman making his statement known. There's DJ Curtis as well. The big shock out of a lot of cars is probably this one right here. Gatlin Downey. And this number 55 for Premium. Last season drove some races for Road Course Ringer Motorsports and really put on a clinic for them. He did. And now he's in his own limelight. He's in a car that should be capable of running inside the top 15 and really is putting that car and basically everything on his back, putting the team on his back. And as of right now, he is trying everything he can to keep that thing running. The car that he used to drive back here is right here driven by Bobby Striggle, currently sitting at 32nd. This Road Course Ringer went to Dodge, and then you got some other cars a little bit further back. Back here just chilling. But Blake Warren trying to go to the lead. I seen a white car way up there, and here comes the California Kid. Luis Hernandez knows how to wheel this car around this track. Al Legacy and Blake Warren are still battling for the race lead. It's right on board with the 24. Down the back, just listen to that engine, just pegged. That thing is just stuck on 10,000 RPM, and that tack is just blinking all the way around the racetrack. It's right on board with Al Legacy as he battles with David Diaz. Does he make the pass? We're about to see. Oh, driving it down under Blake. To the line. Oh, that he got him. Al Legacy will get clear. So Al Legacy goes to the lead. Will Ford Performance go back to back like they did last season? At the end of the season, Ford Performance really came on a charge. And it looks like they brought that over this season. John Gilbert winning the Mud Summer National now. Al Legacy leading here at Auto Club Speedway. Here comes Blake with a huge head of momentum. Here comes the Dodge now. I think Al still got him. Barely. Will Blake clear him into one? That he does. Actually, Al fighting back up on that top lane. These two are going to be door to door down the back. Ooh, David Diaz gets moved up out of line. Look at David trying to make a weird pass. And just under a couple to go. Could David Diaz or anybody get up there and contend with Mr. Al Legacy? And right now, Justin Jones up there really wearing the rear tires out. What he said, he's tearing them up on that top side. There's D. Schwall running P12. The third of the TUSB machines. All of them in the top 15, except for Eric, who's a little bit further back, man. But the guy who's worked his way up through the field. Zachary Fitzwater up to P22, man. He was way back there. Now he's trying to work his way back, maybe get up into the top 10. Blake to the lead. Look at cars moving in and out of lines. 3 wide. It's 3 wide for like 4 rows. Drag race to the stripe again. Blake would have won this one. But look who's now making a charge back to the front. The number 42, or number 41, that's John Gilbert. Look how high John's running this thing. Yeah, John's another 2 or 3 lanes up on the racetrack. Oh, I don't think that hole is open there for John Gilbert. The way he's trying to pack that hole up. New second place man, David Diaz. So it's Dodge, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Chevy, Ford. So Chevys and the Fords are hooking up. Oh, you could hear them now completely out of the throttle. They have dropped the race pace down a lot. When you start letting off like that, that's what brings the checkups. I'm starting to notice some more cars now. They've laid some rubber down on the bottom. There's some cars now passing on the bottom. David Diaz has made 2 passes right now on the inside. And just look at the run he gets down here on the bottom of the racetrack. Racing with Blake Warren. Tucks up to the back bumper. Every time Al Agassi gets up under him, it helps him, but it hurts him for turn 1. Luis Hernandez moving up to P4. DJ Curtis right here. There goes David to the inside. He's going to slide up just a tiny bit. Get back there. Man, Blake Warren won this Under Armour Pro race last season. Can he win? Can he win here in the Sportsman division? Right now, that number 98 is stout, folks. Thought I heard a car in the wall. Caution is out. Huge crash down the back. So this is going to be the race. Out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Blake Warren comes around and will win the Auto Club here for season 9 or season 2018A. As a huge crash is taking place on the back straightaway. Out of a race that was fairly clean, Zachary Fitzwater is destroyed in this one. So something big must have happened down the back. Oh, somebody was in the grass. 77 gets a huge run, gets in the Schaefer. Patrick Smith, excuse me, not Schaefer. And they get down in the grass, go around into Fitzwater, into Eli Bright. Oh, 96 is up into the fence. Zach King's involved. There's a lot of race cars that get just totaled in this in the back. Just nowhere to go for any of them. Jonathan Zorlian, Marco Yepez, Isaiah Monaco, Eric Monaco, Ash Curtis. Look at all these cars just wadded up, totaled down the back straightaway. Sam Curtis, Zach King, Cody Lamas, Zachary Fitzwater, Jeff Bright, Smet Oskin, Eli Bright, Phil Parker, Jessica Kinghart got a little bit of that. Ryan Monaco, probably Tony Newman. Actually, it looks like was Tony Newman involved in that crash? Because, I mean, it's for 14th. It's like Newman might have started to blow up. Because look how slow he is up in the top, and that's what caused all that. Because look down the back how fast the rest of the cars are going around him, but not him. He's coming down pit road. Tony Newman said it felt like a cylinder went down in that car. Look at all these torn up race cars. Blake Warren will get Robbie Jackson Incorporated their first win and get Dodge their first win since like season 3. So Dodge gets their first win, and it's Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford. Oh, Zorlian's destroyed. Chevy. Another good run here for Jonathan Wong. And that 51. Really surprising a lot of cars in the show, but Blake Warren can go ahead and get you to the start-finish line. We've already passed it. But congratulations to Blake Warren on winning here today at Auto Club Speedway. Here's your official standings. Blake Warren, David Diaz, Al Agassi, John Gilbert, Luis Hernandez, Joseph Curtis, Will Goss, DJ Curtis, Alan Matthews, Joey Murphy, Justin Jones, Jonathan Wong, Dylan Schwalberg, Robbie Jackson, and Catlin Downey is your top 15. And then here's the rest of your finishing order from there on down. Ladies and gentlemen, next week we'll see you from the Yard of Bricks over there in Indianapolis, Indiana. Till we meet again, everybody.